Okay, let's make a devlog. Welcome to SpaceGuy in the world of tomorrow, and this is devlog, I don't know, insert number. We'll get it in editing. It's video 2. It's video 2, Patrick. Good job. Anyway, so you can see we've got a nice spaceship here, and we can go for a little fly. We can hang out around here. Let's go check out our kind of first mock-up level that we've got going on. This is kind of a space arboretum. And as we pull up, you know, oh no, the door is open. The atmosphere has gotten out. So you can see we've got our little space guy here. And before we go too much farther, let me talk about like kind of the core concept for designing our space guy. I freaking love Metroidvanias. I love them a lot. But one of the things I hate the most about a Metroidvania is, you know, you get to the end of a Metroidvania, and then what do? You stop playing. And, you know, just that exploration, getting upgrades so you can do more exploring, so you can get more upgrades, explore the world, get to learn about it. Love it. Love it, love it. Yeah, hard to argue with that. We got far away there. For this one here, I wanted to start with the concept of, you know, we have a fully realized character. We have a character that has essentially already gone through all of that. He's gone out, he's explored the world, and now we have a fully realized character. And this came about kind of organically, because as I was playing the game, you know, I have a jetpack, and flying around with the jetpack is tons of fun. And then I thought, okay, great, that'll be a late stage upgrade. But why? You know, I don't want a late stage upgrade. I want a character that can just fly. That's a lot of fun. I have a variety of weapons that we can use here, and I have a variety of fun enemies. And I kind of thought, you know, just doling these out little by little. And that's kind of, we're getting shot there. Get out of here, spider bot. We're getting totally messed up. It's a lot of fun to fly around. It's a lot of fun to be this guy. It's a lot of fun to go hunting and shooting and exploring, and I just think we should do that right from the beginning. I think Mark Brown over on Game Maker's Toolkit, he was real recently talking about, you know, the power fantasy. Do you give it or do you have to earn it? And in this one, I think we're just going to give it. I think we're just going to give it to the player. And it's still, you know, it's still difficult to use the player, even though the player can fly, even though the player has a bunch of fun weapons that they can use. You still have to be a little bit talented not to get yourself killed. Yeah, so one of the things you're probably going to notice here is that we don't have an aiming reticule on the screen here. We don't have anything. The UI, well, I haven't addressed it yet, is going to be fairly light by design. There's not going to be a lot there to look at because I want the player to focus on the screen. I want the player to, we got another dragonfly bot there. I love these guys. Look at them. They're holding the little bomb that they're going to drop. They fly around with it. I like that. Anyway, so there's no aiming reticule. And not only that, the actual aim point is not tied to camera forward. It's actually tied to the character. There's a socket on the end of the character's arm, and it fires forward from that position. So if you want to hit something, you have to get into the action. You have to get up close. Or you have to have a real good understanding of where that arm is pointing in order to, I almost got him, in order to bullseye something. And one, you know, I really want the player to be a little bit more immersed in the game. But two, if you want to hit what you're aiming at, you have to get up close. You really got to get in there to do some fighting. And thus far, that's been a lot of fun. As you probably noticed, we have 3 different enemies right now, and I have their AI turned down pretty low. They're not overly aggressive right now. They will be, but they're not right now. We've got our ant bots, we have our spider bots, and then we've got an example of our dragonfly bot. Wonder why it peeled off. Anyway, all right, another mechanic over here. We have our spots, and you can see this is, you know, oh, geez, he came back. I like that too. All of our meshes fall apart into individual pieces once you shoot them. And that's been very rewarding. Like, look at that. It just falls apart into its mesh. I'm sorry, the mesh falls apart into pieces. Tons of fun. Anyway, so our spot bot over here, and I'm not in love with it. It started off as I thought it would be kind of fun, but it's not. For starters, it walks like a newborn deer. And part of that's me, you know, we can set that up, but it's just, I don't know, I thought it would be more fun. The core concept is all right. This guy will follow you around and carry your stuff for you. I'll give you an example of that in a second. Ooh, almost got him. So early in development, when I was showing this to some friends, they were talking about, you know, if you have a flying character, what's all the problem? If you can just go wherever you want, there's no, whoops. If you can just fly wherever you want, then you can just do whatever you want. God, we're just getting messed up. I can't even get through my thought here. There we go. One, flying in combat is really fun. I've noticed it's a ton of fun. So that's really exciting. These little munitions that they drop as well, they stay on the ground. You can shoot them and they'll explode and they'll hurt other enemies too. So if they miss, you know, it's kind of fun. Anyway, our spot bot here can pick up and carry stuff for you. Because you probably saw earlier, we've got a little gravity beam. We can pick that up. This guy will carry your stuff. And this has been kind of a fun little core mechanic feedback, I don't know, thing. Get into the level, get your spot bot here, find the little, you know, MacGuffin that you're looking for, and now you got to go back through the level, you know, doing a little shooting. If you want to fly up somewhere, you know, you can just fly up there. But the thing you need to carry, I have collisions turned on every like nth branch or leaf. So that's been kind of enjoyable too, that you're not always going to crash, but you've got to be a little bit more careful. Anyway, see, if you want to fly up and check out something, just do it. Just go for it. But in order to get through the level, if you need to carry your little MacGuffin here back through the level, it's going to be a little more difficult, and you have to do a little bit of shooting here. So this thing, as you probably saw, woo, almost got our spot there. Anyway, yeah, so get your thing, take it where you want to go with it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, take it where you want to go. And now you can plug it in to your, I don't know, power source, to your spaceship, to your elevators we have coming up here. Plug it in. Of course, this isn't a finished level here. But, oh, we got some sticking through the branch too. Interesting. Anyway, so that's what we're working on. I think, as of right now, the game's coming along pretty good. Yeah, I think it's coming along pretty well. As you see, we have a couple of different spacecraft here. We have our classic orbital shuttle. Earlier, I was in the X-15 NASA space plane, and over here we have, it's clearly inspired by, but legally distinct from the Sierra Nevada Dream Chaser. I called it the opposite. Anyway, yeah, I like our particle effects on the jet there. That's super fun. Anyway, so I think that's just about everything we have for our devlog this time. We've got some more robot enemies to craft, or to put together. I think we're definitely going to work on, I want some kind of a beetle. Some kind of a big ol' slow lumbering beetle, but it's going to shoot homing missiles at our player here. Because one of the key things, hey, stop following me. Go away, I don't like you. One of the things I really like about games, especially games like Doom, is that you know, enemies are a problem that you have to solve. And right now we have the ant bots, and the ant bots just charge right at you. At least they'll charge at you a little bit harder when the AI is spun up a little bit more. But they just charge right at you. They got a little taser on their mandibles there. They run into you, it does damage. We have the spider bots, which as soon as they see you, they do a bunch of shooting. They shoot you with projectiles, you know, just ballistic projectiles though. We have the dragonfly bots, and as those fly at you, as soon as they get close, they drop a bomb that they're carrying directly onto your head or near you. So now we have this constant, well, what should I address first? What should I get out of the way? Should I do some shooting? Who needs to die first? We have a big, swarm coming at us, or we have this, or we have that, or we have enemies coming at us from below. So it's a constant mix of how do we do this? How do we solve this problem of staying alive? And that's a lot of fun. I've played this game for so many hours already just because that feedback is, and it's classic. It's classic for a reason. Is so much fun. But moving forward, I think we need to have a couple other enemy types, and one of those, I really like the idea of having, like I said, a beetle or some kind of something that shoots homing missiles at you. So if you're flying to get away from the action there, you are still going to have to dodge things coming at you. And of course, for our little space guy here, he can't shoot and fly at the same time. As soon as the gun comes out, he starts falling. Yeah, so it's a constant back and forth between are we flying or are we shooting? And I think I'm going to have a better falling animation here, because right now he goes into like a shooting. Yeah. He's just in like his shooting stance. I think we might have to get his falling stance. Just put a gun in there. I don't know. Let me know what you think. For other enemies, also, let me know what you think. What should we have? What should we do? Yeah, and of course our little follow guy, Spot, doesn't fit. Spot doesn't fit. The core mechanic of putting something on there to carry around for you works. That's a great mechanic. I like it a lot. But the mesh needs to be replaced. One, that design is probably proprietary, so good reason to redesign it. All right. Well, let me know what you think. Let me have any comments, suggestions, feedback, and of course, any criticisms. Love to hear them, but be kind. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.